Flaming Knights' mighty 50-year history, the nation only had two national presidents: King Dragon of New Haven, Connecticut, and Black Magic of Landover, Maryland. Now we're sitting here with Weaver. He's part of the Mother Chapter, and he is a lifer. How you doing, Weaver?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, how long have you been part of the Flaming Knights?
For 40 years, since 1978.
40 years. And why did you pick the Flaming Knights to be the motorcycle club that you joined?
Well, a lot of people don't know it. Me and Black used to, cause I've been knowing Kenny Black for about 47 years. And he the one who learned me how to ride a bike. And the first bike I had was a 1975 Honda 750. And Black taught me how to ride.
So you didn't know, Black taught you how to ride?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all heard that first on my video. Black taught Weaver how to ride. Oh my God. Okay, with Peacemaker. He is the regional director for the Flaming Knights Motorcycle Club. How you doing, Peacemaker?
So far, so good. I'm very pleased and happy to live to see the 50th anniversary for the Flaming Knights. It's been around a long time.
How'd you get the name Peacemaker?
Well, I started off a long time ago. I see most motorcycle clubs are rowdy people sometimes. It can be, so I say, hey, I want a name that I can stand and be a peacemaker, kind of calm things down in a stormy time. So I said, let me go with Peacemaker.
I see. And I see you're a lifer. How long you been a part of the Flaming Knights?
I joined the Flaming Knights in 1980. It was I was riding motorcycles about 3 years before, but I went to this place, this PG Community College, and I saw two guys used to go to class that had a Flaming Knight vest on, and I was about to say, who was these guys? I ended up taking one class with one, I taking another class with another one. That was Black and Weaver, and then in between class breaks, they be talking all the time. So I got to know one in one class, one in the other class. So shortly after about a couple of weeks, I asked them, y'all ride motorcycles? They said, yeah. I said, matter of fact, do you ride? I said, yeah. And they said, well, we're going to Connecticut the weekend. You want to go? And I said, why not? And Black said, he figured I wasn't going, but I was a motorcycle rider from the start.
What were you riding at that time?
At that time, I was riding a 900 Kawasaki.
Okay, Black, how did you start with the Flaming Knights?
I came to Connecticut in 1978 with a friend of mine named Craig Baycoat. And he had people here in Connecticut that he wanted to visit. And so at that particular time, he had already had a motorcycle, 900 Cal, and I had just started riding, had a 650 Yamaha. And he said, won't you ride to Connecticut with me? I said, I'll do that. So while we were in Connecticut, we went to the only motorcycle club that we knew anything about, which was the Flaming Knights on Congress Avenue. And so we kicked with them that weekend, kind of had a good time. And so when we got back, he said, why don't we start a chapter of the Flaming Knights in Maryland? They don't have a chapter in Maryland, they only have them in Connecticut. I said, well, that might be a good idea. So we started out at that particular time to get some other people, and we started the chapter of the Flaming Knights in Baltimore, Maryland.
And who was the president in the Connecticut chapter?
At that time, Craig Baycoat was the president, and I was the vice president.
Okay. And wow, why did you choose the Flaming Knights?
Actually, I don't know that I chose them. I think they might have chose me. Actually, I didn't know anything about any motorcycle clubs, period. I didn't know anything about motorcycling at all. It was just something me and Craig had always done things together, and he got me involved in the Flame Knights. That's basically the only motorcycle club I really knew anything about, and so they was the ones that were lucky enough to for me to join.
Is Craig still a part of the Flaming Knight Nation?
No, Craig, actually, that's how the split happened from Baltimore to Landover. Me and Craig couldn't see eye to eye on some issues. He was pretty much into vodka and juice, and me not being a drinking man, everywhere we'd go, I'd end up spending the night picking him up off the ground or doing this and doing that. So at one point, we just had a terrible argument in a club meeting, and I said, I can't go through this. I'm going to Landover, where I live, and I'm going to start a chapter over there. And that's what I did.
And what year was that?
That was probably in, I would say, 80, maybe around 80, 79, 80.
And who was the founding members of that?
That was me, myself, Monroe Weaver, not a guy named Earl DePearl, which was the VP, a guy named Kenny G, and at that time, another guy named Timmy Wade. And I can't remember who the other guy was, but I think it was about 6 of us. A guy named Michael Walker. It's about 6 of us.
And so they all started the Landover chapter.
All started the Landover chapter.
Okay. So how did you become national president?
Oh, wow, that's a easy story. Actually, at the time I became national president, our former founder, one of the founders, King Dragon, he got involved in some legal stuff, and Connecticut pretty much folded. Wasn't nothing here but nobody but us in Landover. There was no New Haven, there was no Waterbury, there was no Fairhaven. And so Lord Dragon, he was in California. He came back from California to try to get the Flame Knights going again in New Haven, which didn't work. He called me and said, Black, I can't do this. I can't get this going. Landover is going to have to take over and carry the ball. And so we went to, I think, Denver to the roundup in 1997. And the chapters that we had at that particular time, a couple of chapters from the West Coast and the ones we had here in Maryland, I think it was St. Mary's and Landover. And at that particular time, it might have been a nutshell, I can't remember where. But at that particular time, they said that a Black, well, I was elected at that time to be the national president.
Oh, okay. So considering it's our 50th anniversary, where do you see the Flaming Knights going for our next 50 years? Or where would you like to see it go?
I would like to see it grow and grow and grow, but I would love to see it grow in the right structured direction. I don't want to see us just add on chapters just for the sake of having chapters. I would like to see it really grow under some strict structure that it would really mean something rather than well, we're just growing just for the sake of growing. I would like to see it grow as a body to become a strong house, a strong organization.
I see. Well, you're an icon in the Flaming Knights, and a lot of people look up to you. How would you like to be remembered in the Flaming Knight Nation?
I would like to be remembered that I'm a guy of little words. I'm a guy of a whole lot of action. I like to be known that I was a listener. I never considered myself to be above any other Flaming Knight. I try to make it after every national meeting or every meeting of the Flaming Knights. I like to get around and shake everybody's hand to let them understand, hey, you are just a member like I'm a member. I'm the national. I was awarded and I was lucky enough to be in the right place at the time to be the national of this organization, but I'm still on the same level that you own. That's why my motto has always been, I lead by example. I've never wanted to ask anybody to go anywhere and do anything that I wasn't willing to do myself for the Flaming Knights.
Well, considering this is our 50th anniversary and you have announced that you are stepping down as the national president, are there any regrets? Are there any,
I have no regrets, and I'm honestly, when I say this, I have no regrets at all. I wish that I probably, if I had anything that I probably could work on, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I think I would work on more direct communication. Talking to my people that was on my board, talking to my regionals, talking to my presidents, instead of perhaps delaying that to somebody else to get the message to somebody else. I think that I would be more personally involved in doing a lot of that myself, and I think that would have created a better understanding between me and between my regionals and between my presidents. I would love to have been a better communicator to my people.
And since you are retiring as a national president, do you still plan on being active in the Flaming Lights?
I will always be active till I can't ride anymore. Like I said, I'm stepping down because sometimes you just gotta realize that it comes a time for everything. And I always preach that, hey, when you don't feel like you can give it 100, step aside and let somebody else at least attempt to give it 100. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be around for advice. When I have something to say, I'm still going to say it. I'm going to still ride my bike as long as I can actively ride. And this ain't no side joke, but I will never, ever, and I hope that you don't have to replay this back for me to eat my words. I'm not a three-wheel kind of guy. I'm a two-wheel kind of guy. So when I can't ride anymore, I'm going to live off of my past, and I will see you in my Ford F-150, 250, whichever one it is at the time.
Okay, we got that on tape. So if
Right.
you ever see Black on a three-wheeler,
Right.
we got it on video.
I'm eating my words, exactly. Exactly.
Well, on that note, Mr. Black, thank you so very much. Thank you for everything you've done for the Flaming Light Nation.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for bringing us this far.
I appreciate it.
And you're not going anywhere, but you're going to be missed.
Right. But let me say, I've come this far. I didn't bring it this far. We've come together this far. And like I said, it makes me a little uncomfortable when people say, well, Black, this is what you did. No, Black didn't do it. We did this as a collective community. It took all of us to build this together. I was, like I said, was fortunate enough to be kind of in the driver's seat. I was fortunate enough that people had a value my opinion enough that, hey, well, Black, you can be the leader, or we elected me, you're the leader, or whatever. But I was the leader of people that were to follow me to help me complete the mission that we all had set for ourselves.
And that's why you're such a great national president, because you're humble.
Thank you.
And you also give guidance.
I appreciate that always.
And everything else. So I want to appreciate you for giving us these 8 or 9 minutes on a video. And we'll definitely see you.
I appreciate that. Thank you much, Mojo.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Right.
Okay, Weaver, and I'm sorry, I should say one last thing. Tell me something about what should I say? Well, since Black Magic is stepping down officially, tell me something about Black Magic that you think no one doesn't know but should know about him.
I told Black this many, many years ago. I said, Black, if I was in your place, a lot of things that you do. Black is a very compassionate guy. You know, what me and you might see, he see a different side, man, and everything. And a lot of people don't really know Black because Black don't talk, man. Black don't talk unless he have to. Now, when he have to talk, he will talk. But he's not just like me, a regular conversationalist.
That you are.
Yeah. He's not like me. But hey, you can't find a better friend. Like I said, I've been knowing Black 47 years, and hey, we're close like brothers. Hey, I don't care where I'm at. It's like Black was out of town in Ohio. He called me. You know what I'm saying? I know at least 3, maybe 4 times a week we speak to each other. You know, hey man, what's going on? Nothing. Hey, I just call to check on you, see how you doing. You know, like that. And sometimes I feel closer to Black than his own natural birth brother. Yeah. And to me, and it might be showing a little favoritism, but I don't think you can find a better friend than Kenny Eugene Black.
That's deep. That is definitely deep. And I don't think there's a better way to end this interview than those words that you just said. So Weaver, Lifer of the Mother Chapter, I thank you so very much for your time, and we will definitely be seeing you on the road.
All right now.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.